Hey everybody, what's up? So I wanted to let y'all in on a little secret of mine that I really don't say much about. So as y'all know that I am a spiritual empath, I am a spiritual healer, and I do tarot card readings, but most of all I'm an indigo child. So I always have this gift but never spoke about it growing up until I spoke about it with my brother. So clearly he knew something about me was different and everybody was wondering the same thing. So I was telling him, like I was telling my neighbors, that I have this gift of seeing things and hearing things. Like what God's been telling me and showing me has been truly an amazing thing, and I wanted to share with everybody. So me being nice enough to let everybody in on my life a little more now, we're going deep into the heart of everything. So I wanted to let y'all know about the visions I be having, the dreams. It's like pretty much the dream slash visions and what was being told to me. So it was kind of sad, but at the same time, it's like something good came out of it when it came to me. So one of my childhood friend of mine's, I'm not going to mention her name on here out of respect for her and her privacy and her family. So her grandmother passed away when we was teenagers, and I didn't get to see her throughout the entire year. So fast forward to 5 years later, we all are in our 20s and we're all having kids and everything, and I finally get to see her. She had her daughter. She was so pretty. She was so amazing with the way she takes care of her kid. And then she had another kid, and then I found out she got married. So it was like everybody's life was like going differently, and I never thought a million years that she would ever want to settle down. But when she finally did, I felt so happy for her. So fast forward to this week, I had a dream about her, and the dream was kind of sad because it has something to do with her future and her life. Now, normally we don't really dream of somebody's death. We do dream about people who are getting sick or who's already sick and battling an illness. But this was the first time in a long time that I dreamt of somebody's death. But I'm too afraid to let her know this. But sooner or later, I'm gonna have to let her know because I feel like something in her body is making her sick. So the dream I was having about was her going through her stages of battling a sickness, and it was told to me that it runs through the family. I don't know if it was cancer or it was something else, but something in her blood system is making her sick. And what I saw was the last 8 years of her life, having kids, having grandchildren, families getting together, and her new home. So she has this new home, and I see she has a lot of wood color furniture in her house. Something in the drawer of that furniture had pictures and other stuff that was sentimental to her. And something must have been very valuable because a lot of people wanted to know what was going on and why she has this in her drawer. And she said she kept it because of her kids. She wanted to give her kids something she never got to have really, and it was something, like I said, it was something very precious, something very valuable. So this was in my vision that I was seeing, and it was a picture that was stuck along with this valuable item. So her aunt Angela, oh, sorry if I said her name, but her aunt came to her to help her, and she was clearing some stuff out of her drawer, and she saw that it was a note, a picture, and something valuable in between it, and it was held together by like one of those paper clips. So after she discovered it and let everybody know in the family what she saved up for her family, her kids, about a month later she passed away. And it was told in a, within the family that she passed away from an illness that was in her blood. Kind of find out the same illness is in her aunt's blood and in her grandmother's blood. So apparently, so now we know that it's in the women's side. They took really serious precautions to keep themselves healthy, and on track. So after that, I saw her daughter get married. Her daughter's going to have the house that she once lived in. And I saw everybody living happily ever after. Then another vision that popped up after my dream was me. So I had this feeling that I was feeling like 8 months to 8 years that my life would totally change, and for the better though. This is all good, by the way. But one thing I saw within the vision was ex of mine's. I know who the ex is, but I'm not going to say his name on here. But ex of mine's, he was in his house feeling really miserable, feeling upset. And it was two reasons why he was upset. I'm not sure the second reason, but I know the first reason was because of me. How he treated me, how the arguments we had, he wished he never had that. He wished it never happened. How he treated me, he felt like it was a big mistake, that he didn't know how to, explain himself to me. He didn't know how to show his love the right way. He misunderstood me. He knew he mistreated me, but now it's like he feels so ashamed to tell me that he was wrong and that he wanted to apologize. So here's the thing. After our big breakup and our fight, I thought about it every single day for like the last 2 months. I thought about everything that we went through. I thought about all the conversations we have. I thought about all the arguments we had and how we end up breaking up. I thought about that too, and it kept rewinding in my head over and over. And something was telling me to forget about it. As much as I would like to forget about it, I can't not really forget about it. I can't really forget about the arguments because it really meant something to me. The argument meant a lot to me because I felt so neglected, so disrespected. And on top of that, I felt like I was being played. And he was the type of person who will sincerely tell you how he feel, but if he gets upset and he starts feeling some type of way, he would take all that back and he would start mistreating me. Like he would take everything back. And I feel like that was really messed up. Sorry, excuse the... Okay, sorry about that. Somebody is parked outside in front of my building, in front of my window, playing their music. Very disrespectful. But anyway, back to the vision I was having. So I saw him in the room. It was dark and he was crying. He was upset. Now, this is a disclaimer. In no way, shape, or form am I making fun of him, am I dissing him or anything like that. I'm pretty serious about this, and I don't feel good about him being that way or letting his family see him in that way. So most of us have a hard time showing people how we feel emotionally. We don't let nobody see us cry. We don't let nobody see us upset because out of, you know, we don't want people to worry about us. And I understand that not a lot of people express their feelings and emotions the same way, where they get to pour their feelings out and vent to others or let people see you, like, get your frustrations out. Even if you gotta cry, you gotta argue or yell about it or scream, you don't get a lot of people that does that. And I used to be one of those peoples until somebody broke me down and made me feel like it's okay to vent, it's okay to cry, it's okay to say you're not okay, and that all you want to do is just scream into the universe. So I learned how to openly express myself, and if I wanted to cry, I would sit there and cry because I was feeling so much emotions that day, and I just felt like I wanted to cry because I felt so much pain in me. I was so hurt deeply, and I thought this was like a light situation to not take it so serious, but it really did hit me. But the worst thing about it is that it took me a couple of weeks to let it hit me the way it's supposed to hit me. So naturally, I would be like mad as hell and say F everybody, F the world. But I didn't do that. Instead, I sat in my room and I cried for hours. And I waited till nighttime to want to express myself. And I finally found somebody who could listen to me and not judge me. And that person heard me vent and cried all night. And after that, I was fine. By the end of the night, I was okay. I was able to sleep. I meditate. I prayed on it. Now I met somebody new, like a best friend, not dating. I'm still not dating. I'm single. But I met somebody new recently, became friends with her. She lives in Brooklyn and she is such a sweetheart. So I met her on Bigo and we be having conversations about everything, about life, about kids, about how the devil has been tempting us to do things we don't normally do, or how the devil is always at work trying to get us into trouble, trying to, have drama come to us, because normally I don't have people reacting to me in such a horrible way for no reason, or for very little reason at all. So I thought about everything she was saying and I was reiterated about my whole dream, about everything from my life to my love life, my future. And once again, I was thinking about this ex of mine's, and he kept coming in my dreams a lot. So now they say it meant if your ex comes into your dreams more than once, that means he's dreaming about you just as much, he's thinking about you, and he still feels some way about you. I didn't want to believe it at first because he's the second ex of mine that I had a dream about that came into my dream. But he was trying to tell me something, but in a way, he wasn't speaking about it. It was showing me. Just like my other ex, he came to my dreams twice and he tried to say something to me, but I couldn't hear him clearly because something was covering his mouth. It was almost like nobody wanted me to hear what he wanted to say. Like, God didn't want me to hear what he had to say because God is trying to get me to look the other way and to keep forward and not look back. And I keep having this feeling from spirit that it's my turn to have what I always dreamed of in life. And if I keep thinking about the past, I'm not going to be able to move forward. If I keep thinking about the same person over and over, I was never going to move forward. So it was up to me to make that decision to live in the past or to move forward into the future and be happy. I can't accomplish my goals if I keep backtracking to the same person. So what I did, I prayed about it, I thought about it. I didn't say nothing to nobody for a couple of weeks about it until today. So I say, you know what? It's time that I give myself what I've been praying for years. So that means I have to move on. So I'm coming back with a part two to let y'all know how the ending went.